Hello everyone, welcome to Forsaken Shattered News. Today we have a lot of new content to go over regarding some stuff with 1X and his renders and models to show, as well as some of the Q&A questions and answers from the Discord server that I will be showing off here. So without further ado, let's get started. Now before we get into all the other 1X teasers and reveals, we got this image here for the golden Shiletsky skin and a 1X skin. I can't quite remember which one this is, but it is a 1X skin and the golden Shiletsky skin remodel for this game, and they both look great. I love the golden Shiletsky skin. Looks a lot like Telemon, and this 1X skin looks really cool. I like the green effect and the antlers on it, and yeah, really cool looking designs. Can't wait to see them in the game. Another model that got showed off in the Discord server was the model for GasHarpoon John Doe, and my goodness, as a fan of the Limbus Company franchise and a fan of the skin for John Doe in general, this looks amazing and so much better than the one from the original Forsaken. The facial expressions look really clean. I love the jacket. The harpoon arm is amazing, and I'm super excited for how this will look in the game when it does come out in the game in the future. Next thing, right before we get into the 1X and stuff, we have this render of Noli and his variant style. So basically what this game is calling the Milestone 4s. The variants for which have the different movesets. So we have the basic Noli on the right, which now has a little star in his eye, which I think is a really cool detail, and variant Noli, which is called Singularity, has a black and white color palette, which I think is really cool looking, and I am excited to see what that looks like. Getting into the news on 1X, we first have their design for Timeless 1X, which is really interesting. I love how this looks. The black spikes and the black cloak running down to the wrist looks super cool. Very interesting take on Timeless 1X, and I'm really looking forward to this. And now here's the biggest reveal for 1X, being his render and his model, which is what I've wanted to talk about mainly this video. Oh my lord, this looks super cool. The green crown looks really cool. I love how bright and blazing the red eye is. The green glitch effect around his body is really, really cool, and the 4-dimensional torso is really cool. I love how that looks. It is such a nice visual effect for 1X, and I cannot wait to play as him in this. This looks really, really cool. Cannot wait. Alright, so now's for the time for the topic that I promised for the past 2 videos, being covering the Q&A that was made in the Discord server, and I picked out what I think are some of the more interesting questions and answers that were listed in there to show off to you all, and I will be reading them, and yeah, so without further ado, let's get into that. Will skin submissions be opened again at some point? Eventually, no exact date. Forsaken Shatter released in December? It could possibly take longer since we have to pretty much remake everything. So that's interesting. They're gonna have to remake every single asset in the game before this game comes out. So how exactly is the game gonna go? Is it gonna have the original killers but with different model skins compared to the original and such? Or there will be remodels, lore changes, and some characters will get reworked in terms of gameplay? Will the sandbox survivors be in Shattered? Yes, but Jane is getting reworked and Davy is getting redesigned. Will the other cool kids be added as skins? Blue Dude, Pretty Princess. Bacon pulled permissions for Blue Dude, so probably not. As for Pretty Princess, I have no idea, but probably the same as Blue Dude since her creator hates Prettyverse. Which is unfortunate. I loved Blue Dude and Pretty Princess. Is GasHarpoon John Doe getting custom animations? Maybe. I'll think about it. That's exciting. That was a question I sent to them. Really hopeful. And that about does it for all the Q&As that I found so far that are most interesting to me. I will be adding more of these Q&As near the ends of my videos if more show up that I think everyone should know about, but for the most part, that's pretty much it for this video. So, if you liked what you saw, please press the subscribe button, like button, notification bell, to stay informed about all the things Forsaken Shattered, and I will see you guys tomorrow with whatever new stuff I have to show you.